Hi, welcome to TDM Podcast. Today, we'll be covering some major topics such as who do we think will win the AFC West? What will the Padres do without Tatis? And the Deshaun Watson case. We will start with who will win the AFC West. My pick for winning the AFC West is the Broncos. Now I know most people do not think it will be the Broncos. And for that, I wonder why. Because the Broncos have the best defense in the division. They have the best defense in a division which is super high powered with so many great quarterbacks. If you look at it last year, the Broncos basically didn't lose anybody. And yes, the other defenses got better, but I think the gap last year was big enough to where the Broncos defense is still the best. And then they added Russell Wilson to go with a great haul of weapons. I think that even if they only split in every division series, I think the Broncos, with their schedule, can easily make the playoffs and potentially win the division.
All right. Yeah, I know that the Broncos is a good pick. They got one of the best defenses in the league. But I have to go with the Raiders. The Raiders, they're a team that almost made the playoffs last year. They did make the playoffs with a roster that you can consider average, and they just added on to that in the season. They added the arguably best receiver in the league, Devontae Adams, one of the best edge rushers, Chandler Jones. They stacked their offensive line, added defense. I think there's no reason to say that the Raiders are out of this division title. I think they'll come by, sneak it in late weeks. The Raiders, with the air raid attack that they have, Josh Jacobs is able to play offense. The Raiders' offense is so high-powered. I think they score 35, 40 points a game. And with their average defense, they can hold opponents to under 30.
I don't know about under 30. That's not very impressive.
If they score 40, it is.
Yeah, but there's no way they score 40. I mean, and no one ever has averaged 40 points a game.
I mean, I think this team, the Chargers, they've scored like 48 points multiple times in that season.
They've also had like 7 points.
So I'm gonna pick the Chargers to win the division. Their offense was fantastic last year with Herbert, Keenan Allen, Austin Eckler, Mike Williams, and then the defensive side obviously held them back a little bit. But Joey Bosa is a big piece of that, and they obviously added Khalil Mack, which is another one of the best defensive players in the NFL. So I think with the addition of Khalil Mack and how successful they were last year offensively, and literally missing the postseason by a field goal, I think adding a great defensive player and Herbert progressing would be great. We're gonna take a call now.
Hello, caller.
We got number 94343 from Annapolis, Maryland.
Hello.
Hi guys. Do you guys think that whoever wins the AFC West will win the AFC in general and go to the Super Bowl?
I do not.
I don't think so. I don't think anyone's gonna beat the Bills.
I think that it's either going to be the Bills or a surprise favorite, the Colts. But that's a story for another time.
I think that it just depends who wins the AFC West. If it's the Broncos or Chargers winning, I don't think they win the AFC. But I think if the Chiefs or the Raiders win, I absolutely think that they're gonna win the AFC Championship with their high-powered offenses. I think the Bills, they're good. They're not invincible. I also think the Ravens can make a case. But I think it's about 50-50 between Chargers, the Chiefs, Raiders, Bills, and Ravens. I feel like those are the four teams that we'll be seeing in the divisional round.
Let's look at the Bills last year against that Chiefs team. The Chiefs don't have Tyreek Hill now, and that's a big, big difference considering he was a big part of that team. And the Bills would have beat them if Hill was not on that team, probably.
Yeah.
So I think the Bills are clearly the best team in the AFC on paper, and I strongly believe that this is the year they will finally make it to the Super Bowl to play the Rams.
Yeah, but then again, it's like the Colts could absolutely make a case because
We're getting off topic.
no one's talking about the Titans. So that's why I think that it's either going to be a team from the AFC West losing to the Colts, and then the Colts will play the Bills in the AFC Championship game.
A bit of a branched out conversation. Such an interesting take on the NFL season. NFL season starts in under 2 weeks, but now we're going to go on to breaking news that happened a few days ago.
Now we're going to go to break.
All right.
Sponsored
that
by
segment later.
Arby's. We have the meats.
We will be talking about Tatis Jr. and the Padres after the break. Thank you.